Are there any commonalities you can draw across those big winners? Every entrepreneur out there wants to be one of those success stories. So I'm sure if there are any little nuggets of wisdom you can share, that would definitely be valued by our listeners.
I think customer obsession is certainly one. Like, business isn't that complicated, right? You need to solve a problem for a customer. They have to love your solution, and there have to be lots of those customers. That's what makes a great business. And so the companies and the management teams that are most customer obsessed build their entire business model around solving a customer problem, go the extra mile in terms of fashioning their product or service to deliver something that's above and beyond what competitors can deliver. Like, that is a great starting point. And an adjacent aspect to that is if you can deliver that and build barriers into your business in the process so you can wall off competitors, that is also extremely helpful. And we've seen barriers built in many different ways, from everything from just very deep software that is very ingrained within the workflow of a business, to tremendous customer success that no one else would try and replicate, to network effects in different types of business. And so if you can have that type of barrier built against just customer obsession, that's a great pairing. And then of course there's the people. Like, the best companies attract the best people. And as you know, I think a lot of this world operates to a power law, and I think talent is certainly one of them. And when we look back at our best companies, there's always some phenomenal people involved that, if they weren't there, you wouldn't have gotten there.
We're sitting here in 2024. We're a couple years removed from a market correction. You mentioned the 10-year period of low interest rates. We've now been in a couple-year period of increasing interest rates. Capital's more expensive. Is this a good or a bad time to be an entrepreneur?
I think it's always a good time to be an entrepreneur, because great businesses are started in every single cycle, good and bad. I think there's actually a very special entrepreneur that is coming out of this cycle right now, because there are entrepreneurs that have seen the era of free money, zero interest rates, capital is easily attainable, and they've moved into a cycle where, in many segments, capital is really hard to attain. Profitability might be prioritized earlier, and those two, if you've had both experience next to each other, you have actually two plays in your playbook. And I don't think either is right or wrong. It sort of depends on the environment that you're living in. And I really trust the entrepreneur who has seen both. So I think it's an exciting time. Obviously, like, we're so lucky to be in the world of technology, where technology has been a growth industry for decades, irrespective of interest rates, irrespective of the size of the venture capital and growth equity markets. And you can just see that being true for many, many decades to come. So in that sense, it's also a great time to be an entrepreneur, because you have just the tailwinds of a lot of technological change.
Yeah, we and the entrepreneurs we backed have certainly been riding the wave of software as a service, internet adoption.
Yeah.
I certainly expect that to continue going forward.